bumper music?
Yeah, the bumper music's going now while someone is screaming about getting rid of fucking Kenny Britt. About the most tactless opening to a show ever. Hey everybody. Welcome to the It's Better With You, a Browns Fancast. This is our 14th episode, guys. What's going on?
Weird one.
And, of course, right when we start the show, one of our fan casts has to get a message from his significant other. Oh, and a lot to come. And 1 in 26. You guys can't even have, what's that? What's
Wow,
that?
is that annoying?
I thought that was the
annoying.
opening of Metallica's One.
No, it was that is Alexis's last concert at BG.
Jesus, turn it off. Go
Okay.
They play some obscure music every now and then.
turn it off and go Falcons.
Quiet.
All right, everyone, we got what's up 1 in 26. How are you today?
Couldn't be better.
And you're checking in, ready to go, ready to get the episode going? And 0 and lots to come. How about you? How are you today?
It's 0 and a lot to come, not lots. Let's get, let's
Sound
read it right.
optimistic. What is that?
I'm fine. I feel good. I'm pretty good. Come on, buddy.
Anyone ever make fun of you for wearing that hat?
Every day.
There he is.
You heard it here first.
All right, everyone, let's get to and a lot to come's favorite part of the day, and that is
The end.
our agenda.
Oh, I thought it was the end.
So today we got, what did we just watch? And we're going over 2 games today. We got to go over the Jacksonville game and the CINCI game. It's not going to be jam-packed full of stats, but we're going to be debriefing those 2 losses. Then we'll get into some Browns quotes, do a what the hell are we doing here for the Chargers coming up, and some you heard it here first predictions. So thanks for joining us. I'll have the YouTube link open if you want to ask any questions. We will attempt to answer them. And let's get going.
Let's, John.
Oh, get the party started. Come on.
Woo! All right, guys. So what did we just watch?
Which game are we reflecting on first? The Jacksonville game?
Well, both slides are up there. I'll read you some of the headlines that I put in there, and then you guys can have at it. So we lost to the Jacksonville Jaguars 19-7, and we lost to the Bungles 30-16. Some of the headlines were Kaiser didn't look terrible in Cincy. Kaiser looked terrible in versus Jacksonville with 2 interceptions and 2 fumbles. The defense looked okay versus the Jaguars. The defense let Mixon crush them against the Bengals, and that hit by Peppers. So where do you guys want to start? You want to start with Jacksonville?
Jump in with both feet on that wonderful Jacksonville game.
So we almost had a chance to win it there at the end, with it being 13-7.
Was there any point in the game where you actually thought the Browns were going to win?
We were still at the stadium.
We were there the whole time.
Waiting and hoping.
Very, very last.
You're not answering.
I actually, you know what? I did.
He did.
Jim. I did.
You did?
He did.
I actually had some, when they got the ball back, I said to myself, they should be bad enough to irk their way into a victory somehow.
I watched that whole game, and I did think that there was a slight chance at one point that they didn't win.
Until the first fumble for a loss.
Right.
Not the one that resulted in a touchdown.
Well, the last one where he fell on his back and fumbled the ball away, that was terrible.
Oh,
that was really.
Yeah. How many turnovers did we have in that game? 5.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the
2 picks, 2 fumbles. I thought it was
2
4
fumbles. I don't know if there was another thing that I missed.
I know there was 2 picks. Was there 2 fumbles by the offense and then another fumble on special teams from Peppers, or is that kind
of? Yeah, right. He had that missed punt. He had that punt that he fumbled.
Yeah, he muffed it right off his nutsack, and that was
not a good day for Peppers.
Peppers has had a rough year, man. He's playing out on an island all by himself, getting penalties.
I think he's been terrible. He's been a bust.
Greg Williams' defense has gotten progressively worse each week.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like when they're
Every week of
supposed
the-
to.
it's getting worse.
Yep.
And the guy with the longest tenure for this regime and any other one, the special teams coach.
Chris Tabor.
Something is
Why
always
is he
special teams
still
is terrible.
employed? He has to have naked pictures of Haslam or something, and he's holding him ransom to keep a job. I don't understand it.
The excuse I keep hearing is that they have so many young players that they have to put all these guys on special teams, and they don't know what they're doing. And there's still no excuse. It's no excuse to have a kicker that can't make a fucking field goal.
Yeah, and he's had special teams breakdowns since he's been here. Like with every regime, they're like they'll give up a punt. Gosh, we haven't had a punt returner that can actually hold on to the ball in ages.
Well, Travis Benjamin.
No, we had to get rid of him though. He had to go.
Yeah, he wanted money.
He wanted what every NFL player wanted.
We can't have any of that. We got to draft people that we can pay the veteran minimum, or the new player rookie minimum.
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So yeah, all right. So we maybe had a chance against the Jags. What happened against Cincinnati? There was a lot of things that went wrong in that game. Kaiser looked okay though.
The rush defense went to shit.
Oh my gosh.
My goodness. And I got to be honest, Joe Mixon hasn't done anything against anybody all year. And then he blows us up for 118 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Not a good look.
It's like
at all.
we don't show up. We don't show up in that situation. Now, was that the game where they also had 20 seconds and they only ran 2 plays? They kicked the field goal on 3rd down. And they asked, against the Bengals, and they asked Hugh Jackson about that, and he said, "We're not equipped to run
right.
3 plays within 20 seconds."
There's 31 other teams in the league that are, but we're not equipped to run 3 plays.
What does that tell you? Like that? That's a total sign of.
Now, is he taking another dig at the front office by saying something like that? Was it like a straight shot right off the bow there?
It could be, but if you were a player, wouldn't you be taking that as a shot?
If I was a player, I'd be
less subtle about taking the shots against the front office in recent.
Yeah, he's not shy about throwing those guys right under the tires of the bus. He doesn't.
Oh yeah, because he thinks he's coaching for his job, and we've seen this rodeo before.
Well,
the one side blames the other side, and it's a vicious circle, and there's no trust.
Maybe they're all getting along, and they're just—that's what they're doing to get through this horrible season. Or maybe we're going to rattle off 4 wins in a row.
You know what might even be an even worse stat from last week was Andy Dalton's 4 rushes for 26 yards.
Oh God! I'm surprised he had more. It seemed
that
like
puts the bare ass in embarrassing.
Well, I mean, let's face it. 3 of those rushes equaled 1 yard, but that one went for 25. And
that's the one I'm thinking of.
That was the smack in the face right there.
Let's talk about how the refs totally screwed us from coming back in the game by penalizing Peppers and then having the audacity to give him a $24,000 fine.
Ridiculous.
Well,
oh, here comes the apologist.
Who?
You.
Me?
Yeah, what were you about to say?
You're the dickhead every week at the game that says, we're not going to get these calls. We're not going to get these calls.
I forgot to tell you guys.
Until we're good, we're not going to get these calls.
I had a free lift ride home if they were down by 17, like my prediction, and they never were. So I had to stay.
Uber, not Lyft.
I know, but I had a free ride. Anyway, you were about to say about the hit, so I know that you have a contrary opinion.
No, what I don't know anymore. After watching that, I thought that was a really, really good defensive play. It just was a hard football hit. I thought it was legal. I thought it was clean. He led with the shoulder. He hit him right in the chest. He dislodged the ball from him. He knocked him out of bounds. They threw the flag. I said, bullshit. They thought they were having a discussion. I thought for sure the one ref was going to have him pick it up. He was not a defenseless receiver, if you ask me at that point. He had caught the ball. His head was down almost. He was looking directly at him when he got hit. Now, yeah, obviously he's not going to put his arms out to try to stop the defender from hitting him.
Yeah.
He wasn't defenseless. It was a clean hit. The $24,000 fine is just bogus. And I mean, what if you're a DB in the NFL? What do you do?
Oh my!
What can you do?
Right.
They want to protect everybody. It was a clean football play.
I don't know what else you can do.
And then they went back and tried to give Ricardo Lewis a concussion by doing almost the same thing.
Oh, that was in Jacksonville, right on the punt on that.
Probably better for us if he gets concussed, but it's another story.
Was that Ricardo Lewis in the Jacksonville game that got laid out on the 1 yard line on that punt? Remember, we were screaming for a flag. He was completely defenseless, had his head up in the air, and that guy, whoever their punt returner was at that time, laid him out.
Part of it is that we don't get the calls that other teams get.
We really
never
don't
get the calls, according to John.
That definitely is true.
And I don't think we will get them until
you start winning.
Yeah. I think it's just they're like these guys. They just look for the easy mistakes because they know we make them all the time.
Yeah, of course.
They're like this.
Well, it is a lot easier to penalize a team when they are just making mistakes.
And they are making a lot of mistakes.
And they're obvious mistakes.
All right,
you know, we had another offensive pass interference call this weekend against, I think it was DeValve.
He had a sweet catch though.
Yeah.
All right, let's do some quotes.
I'm going to pull up his stats.
Even the greats drop balls. It's not an excuse. I have to make that play. And if you saw me on the sideline, it tore me down because you don't get that many opportunities to make plays like that. So when that happens, you've got to make it count.
That's your number 15 overall pick, Corey Coleman.
He is one of the best receivers in
that number 8, number 15.
I love how everyone like him and Kenny Britt have both said this year, even the greats drop balls. Do you guys remember when Kenny Britt said that earlier?
Like referring to themselves as great.
No, they're excusing they're excusing the way their drops by saying the greats do it too. Well, I'm sorry guys, you're not great.
Well, yeah, but that's also them saying that they are great themselves.
No, because
yes, it is. It partially
pretty much is what they're
saying.
I'm great also.
No, they're saying even the greats drop balls. Oh well, fine. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Anyway, you got it right. And Corey Coleman catch the damn ball in the end zone.
Hey, Corey Coleman had 8 targets last week, only caught 3 of them.
Yeah, you got to. That's
one of those drops was huge.
That was huge.
Yeah.
You got to catch that. Simple.
And you were right, Jim, because I was arguing with you that Peppers hit changed the momentum of the game, and you're like, no, that drop from Coleman in the end zone is way bigger. I have to agree with that.
I was unfortunate enough to have to listen to it on the radio. I thought Jim Donovan was going to cry.
You want to talk about that's in the breadbasket. That is exactly what the breadbasket is, right in your hands. And he dropped it.
You know, it's very.
I hope Coach Hugh takes your recording of your player analysis and plays it right to them.
He should. All right.
There weren't a ton of drops this past weekend.
There was the usual 3 or 4.
Yeah,
there was some nice throws though. That one throw that on the sideline he had that one pass to Coleman that was really good. Couple of passes to Britt.
Yeah.
So
Kenny Britt was only targeted twice. He caught both of them for 52 yards. That's not a bad. That's a 38, and one of them was for 38. So that means the other one was 14. That's not shabby. Still,
next.
He can leave now if he wants, Mr. Britt.
Oh, he's going to be – both Corey Coleman and Kenny Britt are going to be a little bit different after this. I see a guy that has blended into this football team the right way and is stepping up. He has to go do it in the game on Sunday.
So that's somebody talking about Josh Gordon.
Who is it?
Got to be Hugh.
It is our
either
show's
Hugh-
namesake. It's better with Hugh Jackson.
Fucking ass.
Hugh
Josh Gordon. What do you guys think, huh? He's blended in the right way. He's stepping up, taking the leadership role, got himself back in the NFL.
I saw a drill on Twitter, like where the receivers were like running in between cones or whatever, and Josh Gordon was loafing.
He doesn't have to put it all out right now, Jim. He's a superstar.
Well,
Okay.
he has to do it on Sunday.
Right.
That's what
Right,
he.
the last
I
team
mean-
he played loafing too, so
Sometimes you think that people are loafing, but actually that's just premier athletes making plays
all right.
seamlessly.
I guess we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We're like I said, we're going to do a Josh Gordon feature if he makes it to Sunday and does anything.
If
It
he,
plays on the field. Okay. Good.
if he makes it to Sunday,
And does anything.
and well, you know, I would think they're gonna throw the ball to him at least once, aren't they? I don't know. They have dispensaries on the corners
Yeah,
in San Diego, don't they? Or
I
in
hope
Los
they don't
Angeles?
force it though. Ugh.
Yeah, and we're going to do that. We'll talk about the Chargers coming up. I was disappointed. There's no doubt about that. You guys are never going to get this.
I was disappointed. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
My ex-wife.
Yeah. Well, that's one of them.
I never heard her say she was disappointed. Oh, wait a minute. What kind of show are we having here?
Well played, son. Well played.
This
Well played.
is a former offensive coordinator talking about what could have been another Browns quarterback that they might have drafted.
Just tell us. Who cares at this point? These quotes.
Another-
Well, I think 1 in 26 could probably get it. It's a
former
former offensive
coordinator?
coordinator. It's a former,
Romeo Crennel.
Nope, we've had so many though. There's so many. It's a
offense.
former offensive coordinator that talking about a quarterback they could have picked that just got traded to his team.
Oh, Pat Shermer. No.
Just got traded to his team. Who, Brian Hoyer?
Garoppolo.
Yep.
Hoyer.
So no, Garoppolo is the
Garoppolo
quarterback in
got traded to
question.
the 49.
This offensive coordinator,
The guy who had
Kyle
the freaking,
Shanahan.
the guy who had the
the
whiteboard
PowerPoints.
PowerPoint display
Dude.
as to why he was leaving.
If there is one document in the world other than Who Killed JFK that I want to read, it's Kyle Shanahan's PowerPoint on why he should be let go from his contract with the Browns.
Absolutely. I would love to see it.
I would love it. I would love
I
it.
also want to know the George Coquina story, but that's for another time.
Yeah, I
I
don't
guess.
even know. I don't even really know that story.
It's rumors there were strippers and blow and stuff like that. I don't
I
know.
would much rather hear the George Coquina story at this point.
I'd rather watch the Coquina story as a movie and then see the PowerPoint, or somehow weave them both together in some
I think
sort of
it's called
factory
The
of
Wolf of Wall
sadness.
Street.
All right, guys. I only got 3 bullet points. I didn't even get the Chargers' strengths and weaknesses. I put headlines for what the hell are we doing here as Josh Gordon's back. We had our last win versus the Chargers on Christmas Eve of last year. That was our last win.
I could tell you the Chargers' strengths and weaknesses.
And I know their strengths. One strength is their the play of their secondary.
Well, they have 2 defensive ends that are 2 of the best in the NFL. Joey Bosa and Melvin Ingram, I think, is the other one. Does anyone have the roster?
Oh, you know what? I had a quote on that, too, that I
think they have
Didn't get in
18 sacks between them
Yeah.
already.
Wow.
Yeah, Hugh said that was not fair.
They're
So,
going to wreak havoc.
No,
And Rivers is still one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. Keenan Allen's one of the best receivers.
do they have a running
Melvin
game?
Gordon's a
Melvin
good running
Gordon.
back.
They're all healthy?
Everyone.
Healthy. And they have not forgotten about our win against them last year. They have not forgotten.
So,
Rivers definitely
With
brought
that,
it up.
that sounds like we're going to get destroyed.
I think we are.
I was actually like looking at this game going, well, maybe.
No, the Chargers are playing great, and they are pissed about last year.
Is this the first year that they're in LA, or was that last year?
No, this is the first year.
So
Yeah.
we could capitalize from no one caring about them anymore and no one being there. Are all their fans gone?
They play at like a college stadium that only holds 30,000 people. So they've been filling it, I think.
Yeah, you can fill it with 30,000 people. Our stadium would look full if we only seated 30,000 people.
That's all we see every week.
It is so desolate there. Oh, it's so sad.
Oh, and when it gets like late in the season, there's no one's gonna be there.
Yeah, wait till I can't fry my cheese curds. I'm not even gonna bother going.
Oh, man.
You better fry them. Where is he? Down there?
He's down there.
Actually, you pointed the right way the first time.
That's me.
On the broadcast. It is on the for me. It is. It's right.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
You're not broadcasting. All right, guys. So let's get into the predictions because we can't be milking this for much longer.
No, I gotta get to bed.
All right. Here's our You Heard It Here first. Let's go over here and go through last week's predictions. I believe I got these right. So mine was that we were going to get throttled. It would be 21-0 at halftime, and I would get a lift home. That Jim, you said it was going to be a nasty This is the Jacksonville game. We did not do predictions for Cincinnati.
Okay.
Nasty defense. They win 24-7.
It's close.
17-14. Kaiser continues to show growth. Welcome Corey Coleman. I think that was from Kenny.
That was from Kenny.
And then we had and a lot to come said 20-17 Browns, not afraid of Jacksonville.
They had their chances. That's all I'm going to say.
They did. That they did.
So let's check these out. I went ahead and crossed through the ones that I thought were complete horseshit, which would be mine, as usual. Kenny's, because he predicted a Browns win, and yours, and a lot to come, because you also predicted a Browns win. So, 1-26, you win again on You Heard It Here first for being the closest. 24-7 is not far off from 19-7, so nice work.
This is his first one. That was his first accurate prediction.
So let's get into. I think he had the first one. Let's get into You Heard It Here first. This week's predictions. I was very hopeful that we might be able to do something this week, but after hearing Jim's analysis of the Chargers' strengths and weaknesses, I'm not as hopeful.
Thank you.
Let's face it, the Chargers' strengths are their defense, and they're playing the Browns.
Man,
it's gonna be their defense and our offense equals. I don't think if you had 3 Josh Gordons out there, I don't think it's going to matter because Kaiser won't be able to throw to him from his back. There's no reason.
Do they have a good run defense?
Shouldn't be on the roster. Does anybody agree with that? There's no reason that Cody Kessler should be on this team anymore.
The only
he's
reason
taken
would
26 or 24 snaps this season, and 6 of them were he'd been sacked, or 8 of them he'd been sacked.
He is.
Why is he
one of the worst quarterbacks I've ever seen in my life?
I mean, at least Hogan had some mobility, and he's fucking terrible.
I don't think Hogan is back from his injury.
He's not. He's still got a broken rib.
What the hell is wrong with him?
Yeah. He had a fractured rib, I think. I don't even know anymore. But now we got to, because what are the chances that they're going to have to evaluate Kaiser for another concussion this weekend after he gets sacked 6 times? Kessler's going to come in and get sacked.
So
get sacked.
So what's your prediction? 6 sacks?
At least. I'll give San Diego's defense 5 sacks.
Okay, 5 sacks.
For some unknown reason, Crowell will get more carries than Duke Johnson will, which makes no sense to me whatsoever.
The Crow has not taken flight. He has been grounded. He sucks.
And I'm going to say final score.
Contract year.
I'm going to say I hate doing this every week, but I'm going to say Chargers 31, Browns, I'll give them 10.
Oh, that's exactly what I was going to pick. All right.
Wait, so Why do you hate
well,
doing that? Do you hate picking against the Browns, or do you hate like what part of it? Do
I
you
hate the fact that there's no way you can possibly say, well, you know, it might be a close one, John. I'm going to say Browns squeak one out, 23-20.
You can say it. It's you heard it
Why,
here
yeah,
first.
John does it every week.
I know John comes up with some ridiculous thing every week. So yeah, 31-10. And I actually think it's only going to be 31-6.
Well, then say 31-6. I'm
giving
changing
them 30. I'm giving them 31-10. I have a feeling we're going to be lucky. We're going to have 3 field goal attempts, and Gonzalez is going to miss one. That's why I'm saying that.
Oh, Gonzalez missed field goal.
I want to give us at least one touchdown, whether it's on special teams or something, and then a field goal. So give me the 10 points. They're going to lose.
You want me to keep the score the same for you, 1-26?
I'm going to go 34-10.
Ooh,
now we're going to get
field
beat
goal
by
in there.
more. Thanks.
Phillip Rivers will go 350 yards and 3 touchdowns. Joey Bosa will have 2 sacks. And the Chargers will have probably at least 5 sacks, if not more.
I said 5.
Fine. 4 or more.
They play the over-under at 6.
That's my prediction.
What are you saying there, Smiley?
God, man, you guys have been cracking me up. I haven't had a chance to think. So I'm predicting. Hold on, it's coming to me.
You can say 42-0 if you want. 42-0. That's not out of the realm of possibility. You can say.
Go 40. Go for the 40s. Come on.
I think it's going to be 21-14.
Wow. Do you just write yours down and then cross it off? After you write it down, you just cross it off.
21-14 Chargers. I think that we'll have a QB sneak. And
you want to say Josh Gordon's going to catch a touchdown, aren't you? You want to say that.
Duke. No. A Duke like screen run or whatever.
Oh, you know what? I forgot about Josh. Maybe he could. Yeah, never mind.
Why? Their DBs are just going to put. They'll put. What are you going to do?
Wait till you guys hear that you heard it here first for Green Bay.
Oh boy.
Why?
Because that's when I'm going to go off for the Browns' first victory.
Oh my God! Really?
You heard it
Rodgers. Rodgers is going to be back by then.
No,
you're running out of weeks to get your
back.
2 wins. So.
I know.
Are you sure?
I'm gonna have to fork over $20 and another. What? I'm sure. All right, guys. So we're gonna start the outro music.
We have outro music?
Well, it's the same as the intro music.
You're gonna give them a plug?
Shoot, I forget. It's in the opening slide. It's a creative. His links on the YouTube channel. So.
Wow.
I have it on the opening slide.
Using the guy's music and you don't even give him a plug.
What an asshole. Well, that's what you get for putting stuff up on the Creative Commons. So.
Yeah.
It's on the slides. We love you guys. Terrific. This is the It's Better With You Browns Fancast. I want to thank my stars for being here tonight. You don't understand. I wouldn't be able to do this show without you.
That's true. You wouldn't.
Yeah.
You suck.
Yeah. Thank God you guys come in and do this for what? This is our 14th episode. We only have a couple more to sludge through. And then I'm going to go out and use the off season to get us some sponsors like beer or t-shirts or something.
Northeast Factory Direct.
KY Northeast Factory Direct. You get the 1-in-26 discount.
I hear they're having a fire sale. That probably wasn't called for.
They actually did. One place did burn down. So
yeah, the one in Eastlake. All right, guys. Thanks for coming in to the It's Better With You Browns Fancast. See you next week.